Hi, David. Welcome to HIF, and congratulations to your job as klubbdirektör for Helsingborgs IF. We're going to start with a couple of quick questions about the club. Which year was Helsingborg founded?
That one I know, 1907.
Very good. How many times have HIF won the Swedish National Championship?
7 times.
Correct. And which year was the last time we won the Swedish Championships?
That's an easy one because I was living here then in 2011.
Did you celebrate with us?
I certainly did, yes.
Nice to hear. And what is the name of HIF's official fan club?
Official fan club, Kärnan.
Perfect. Have you been to Kärnan, the monument, the tower?
Yes, I have done, yes. Not this trip, but previously when I lived here.
And who is statued outside Olympia?
The statue is Kalle Svensson, who, if my information is correct, was the goalkeeper at HIF in the 50s when, and he also played for Sweden's national team when they came second in the World Cup in 50-something.
58. Do you know his nickname?
No, you'll have to help me out on that one.
Rio Kalle. And now we want to ask some questions, of course, about yourself. Who are you?
Well, as you know, my name's David Brodetsky, 59 years old, from England. My wife's French. We've lived in several countries in Europe, mainly England, France, Luxembourg, Sweden. Most recently, I've been living for 18 months in Mexico and just flew back yesterday morning.
And why did you apply for the job as klubbdirektör for HIF, and how did you find out about that you could apply for this job?
Well, I found out that there was possibly an opportunity last July when I was visiting Helsingborg, and I saw that the previous club director had left, and I knew some people in HIF, so I just sent an email saying if at some point they're looking for somebody else, I could be interested. Why I decided to take it forward is because outside of work, my passion has always been football, and having the opportunity of mixing the two together, my work passion and my outside work passion, football, was an opportunity not to be missed.
You told us that you've been living in many different countries. What have you worked with?
Well, I've been in business really up until now, running businesses as I said, in England, not so much, but mainly in France, Luxembourg, Sweden. Mexico was more of a relaxing time, helping out a little bit in teaching English at a school, but the Mexican experience was more for the experience, not work-related.
I know you've been a former CEO of Lindab AB, and what experience from there will you bring with you to Helsingborg?
Well, I think the experience I bring to Helsingborg is more just the general business experience and leading companies, which comes from Lindab, but also from previous positions. The Lindab position brings with it my knowledge of this part of Sweden and quite a decent network in the community, and some knowledge of Swedish.
That's good too. We'll do the next interview in Swedish then.
Om 6 månader.
Precis. But what would you say are your main characteristics? What makes you a perfect klubbdirektör for Helsingborg?
Well, time will tell if I'm a perfect club director for Helsingborg. I'm a business leader, so I know how to run businesses. I know how to manage teams and lead teams. I work not by myself. I always work with others, and together as a group, motivated, we try and achieve the goals that we set ourselves.
And what are your ambitions with HIF?
Well, first of all, I need to have discussions with the board, because obviously it's not my ambitions, it's the club's ambitions, and the board is the body that leads the club. At the beginning, I think the most important thing is that when HIF is talked about, it's football issues that dominate and not other issues which have dominated, at least recently, with the turbulent 2014. So I hope the first step can be that we talk about football things and not about other things, which means sorting out all of the other issues off the field.
We talked a little about how you will work with organization, or you said that you like to work with people. How will you get to know the organization?
Well, I'm here just now for a week. I don't officially start until the beginning of March, and I'll do it like I've done at each place I've worked before, I'll just spend time meeting the staff, talking to them, getting to understand their positions, their issues, what they feel are the issues that we need to deal with, and I'll just work through step by step and come up with an agreed priority list of areas that we should be dealing with.
So which questions do you think you will start working with? Do you know that already, or?
No, of course, finance is high on the agenda at HOEF, so we need to continue the work that's been done and is being done to make sure that we have the best possible balanced budget financial position we can. So that clearly is high on the list. Initiatives to try and increase the level of regular support at Olympia. I know it's not new, but that's an area where I will be addressing. Apart from that, it's things that will come up when I've had discussions with the people in the club.
And what long-term goals do you have? I know you said that one of them is that HOEF should be associated with football and nothing else, but any other long-term goals?
Well, I think HOEF is an important part of the community here, and it's important that we engage with the community. And the community deserves, Helsingborg deserves, a long-term successful football club, and that's what, if I can do something to help in that road, I'll be doing it.
My last question will be, you said you have a huge interest in football, but you haven't seen so much Swedish football, or have you?
I've actually seen Sweden play in 2 games, one of which is memorable for a positive reason for me, one of which is memorable for a positive reason for Sweden. The first one was actually with a HOEF group of supporters. I went over to Ukraine in the 2012 EM, and on the plane there were 2 happy people coming back, myself and my son, when England had beaten Sweden. The next experience was not so good for England. It was the opening of the Friends Arena when Sweden played England and Zlatan scored his famous 4 goals, and England ended up on the losing side. So that's my first-hand presence knowledge of Swedish football.
Have you been seeing a lot of HOEF football?
Whenever I was living here and was in town, I saw all the games I could. I've seen 1 or 2 games which have been transmitted on via the internet when I was in Sweden. The cup games last year, I think, were available, although the quality of the the quality of the streaming was not so good. So occasionally there were breaks in it, but I was able to see 2 games there, and that's about it since I left in 2013.
Well, you'll have plenty of time to see more HOEF games here live at Olympia, and we're very happy to have you here. Welcome.
Okay, thank you very much indeed. Happy to be here.